All right. How about some new releases?
Sure. I know I've been playing one. I've been playing some Horizon Chase Turbo on PS4.
That's the Outrun-ish type game.
Outrun / reminds me a little bit of like Hard Driving.
I liked Hard Driving.
Yeah, it's the type like it's definitely
Rad Racer?
Yeah, like Rad Racer, that same type of thing. Like,
can you push the select button and it switches to 3D?
I haven't tried that yet. But it has the whole thing like where you kind of can't see very far in the distance, and like even the turns you're taking are so like big and like have like signs and flags around. Like it's obviously they did it back in the day because they had to like they only had so much power to work with, but this one still like it takes that same feel and everything in the same kind of graphic style, but it looks really obviously sharp now because it's all HD, but it still has kind of the polygon look to the backgrounds. The cars are kind of, I would say, more styled after something like Cruisin' USA. They kind of have that same feel to them, but it's a fun little arcade racer. Like you start behind 20 cars and you got to weave your way through them till you get to first. And it's got that old style feel where it kind of feels like the car is like in slots type of thing. Like when you're taking a turn, you're not like, it's not realistic. Like you're staying on the road unless you're like really going way too fast. It kind of like hugs to the road.
I think the idea is that you want to be able to enjoy the visuals a little bit. And
yeah, it's got a cool soundtrack to it. It's fun to look at. That's for sure.
Yeah, they sent me a review code of this, but I haven't had a chance to play it.
Did you get review code for this, Wombat?
I did not get a review code.
No, I thought you did. Oh, no, that was something else.
Yeah, something else.
I think I got this. Well, I asked for it, though. They send me like a... I get these emails with like their press releases.
No. I asked for it as well because I've been following it for a little while and it looked cool.
Yeah, no, I didn't ask for it and I didn't get one, and I'm more than okay with that.
They actually sent me, now that I look, they sent me multiple emails like following up, like, we really want to give this to you. Don't you want to take
They knew.
it?
This I very much think this is up our alley.
Yeah, and it's got couch co-op, I think. I mean, couch multiplayer.
Yeah, it definitely has couch multiplayer. It's got
four-way.
The way the game is set up, it's very much like an old style arcade game. You start off in California and you have all your different circuits that you do there, and then you do this like bonus race. And if you win the bonus race, you get to choose an upgrade, and it upgrades across all your cars. So like my first upgrade, I think I picked like some suspension or something to make the handling better, and everything like increases the speed at the same time. So whatever you pick, it's going to increase the speed. But yeah, it's cool. I think it's $20 somewhere in that range.
That's it is Horizon Chase Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Now I'm curious if the PC version supports like high frame rate. It probably does.
Would it matter with something like this?
I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? I've only had one for a week. We'll talk about that later, though. New releases, more. Give them to us. Are there any more?
We're struggling because we're doing this before Tech Dash Gaming.
I've been playing Walden.
For real?
Yeah, I got the Walden game.
That's what they're sending you?
That's what they sent me.
How is it? Are you familiar with the works of Henry David Thoreau and Walden Woods? I mean, I know of it. I'm not like super familiar, but
if you'd
shooter,
like,
right?
if you would like to be super familiar, I highly recommend this game, where you walk around in the woods and you build your house and you go fishing and you read books and you go visit Ralph Waldo Emerson and you read his books, and then you can go to your into Concord, Massachusetts, and see what that was like during that time. And then you could go back to your house in the woods and you could read more books and you could catch more fish, and then you go to sleep.
I would love for Ty to play this.
It's a good, like, if you like, I played this game with Sabrina next to me on the couch, and I'm like, well, this is based on a real person. Who was the person? And we started talking about who he was and what he did, and who Emerson was. And one of the books that they discuss is the Iliad, so we started talking about the Iliad. So yeah, if you want your children to actually get an education, this is a good game for that.
Speaking of that, oh, that's cool though, Walden. I mean,
yeah,
I'm joking, but like, I'm half joking because I think I'm a little interested.
Yeah, I'm sure they would also give you a code for that if you asked for it nicely.
One of my friends sent me a message the other day, and he's like, my kid's getting a little older, and I'm thinking about buying a console. Which one has the best educational games on it? And I was like, none of them. Just to stick with iPad, basically, which is so weird to me still. Remember, like, for years I've been saying Nintendo at least should take the ball and run with it, since they have, sort of like the best cartoon characters that they
Donkey Kong Jr. Math 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a no-brainer. These are games that are cheap to make, which Nintendo loves. They love to put together stuff that's cheap to produce, that uses their IP. They've had good success in Japan with stuff like this. I don't know why they just don't put out a couple of games for the Switch. The Switch would be perfect for it because it's portable.
They should come out with what was it? Brain Trainer? Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it was. They had a brain training game, and they had a game that taught you English.
And that didn't come out here, though.
No, but there's a market for educational software, and I don't know. They don't even seem to take. It seems like such a low risk. I don't know. For Nintendo, I'm saying, to do it. Other people would have a higher risk. But Nintendo, with the characters and everything, just can't cost very much to put this stuff together. And
Super Mario spelling.
you'd sell consoles over it. When your friends ask you, what's the console with the educational software, you wouldn't say iPad. So, yeah. And he was grateful for my advice. And, yeah. Exciting story.
Wario words.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. This is not crazy talk, right, Chip? I mean, why not?
That sounds fine. I having just gotten an iPad for my daughter, she seems pretty happy with that.
Yeah, no, of course. There's a ton of great educational software for it. I mean, there was years ago when Ty was.
It's crazy now.
Yeah, it must be insane now.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you there's a big market for it. And look, it's just another thing that if one company does it, it's one thing that they could put in their marketing, what other checkbox they could check off on their marketing list, run commercials for it. And I don't know. Seems like a no-brainer, but nobody asked me. What else?
For the Switch, Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles came out. That I assume is very good on the Switch because that seems like it would be a good fit there. That's the game that's kind of like a exploration based Harvest Moon type of thing. It's like Zelda, very, very light.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Walden if you also
RPG
fought a couple
elements.
Monsters every once in a while.
I like that.
Yep. Let's see. I'm struggling here because I had to go to Metacritic to see what else coming out this week.
See, Wizard of Legend.
That's supposed to be pretty good, right?
Yep. It's like a roguelike 2D dungeon crawler.
I remember looking at this before.
And you're a wizard, but it sounds like it's pretty hard. So maybe not for me, but it's supposed to be pretty good. And I know that Dale North did the soundtrack, so I'm sure the soundtrack is good. But it sounds like it's too hard for me, for an old man. Anything else in new releases?
I don't know.
You know what I played? It came out of early access last week, and I didn't talk about. Was the Conan game? Was it Age of Exiles?
Uh-huh.
I played a good amount of that actually last week because it came out of early access, and I wanted to see what the final version was like. They actually have an offline single player like mode of that game. It's still a survival roguelike game, although you can set it so you keep your stuff if you want to do that too. Like they actually make it fairly user friendly. But I will say, but then when you die though, you start all the way back at the beginning. Like I made it pretty far along on the map, and then I got killed by a crocodile because, that's what happens sometimes. And I had to start pretty far back. But it was cool, I made some clothes, I made a bedroll, and made it to a town.
I didn't realize this is on console too.
Yeah, I have it on the Xbox One. So I played that. I mean, I like Conan. I like open world RPGs. I figured I'd give it a shot. I don't know if survival games like that are really for me per se. But
is this just a retail bot? Like how they make it?
No, I mean, I my copy's digital, but yeah, I'm sure it's retail.
They sell. There's no subscription or anything. They just
no. It's not a subscription game.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you would probably like it because it's kind of like that Subnautica game that you like.
I forgot to play that.
But it's in a desert as opposed to underwater. I mean, that's basically what.
I need to play that on my new monitor.
So that's how I would describe it to you.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's too many games, but Age of Conan.
Yeah.
Age of Exile. All right. Now it's
I
time.
didn't hate it.
I'm looking through the rest of the list, and there's really not that much this week. So
that's fine.
Stay tuned next week when we'll have even less releases.
Gets a little bit light around when it starts building up for E3.
Right. And, spring is in the air. Everybody's out trying to get laid.
I'm just trying to get away from the rain. Oh.
Right.
There were a couple. I found a couple more new releases that
squeeze them in.
Yeah, Pixel Junk Monsters 2 is coming out this week.
Wow.
Pixel Junk Monsters 2. Wow.
That's a game I haven't heard in a long time.
I love Pixel Junk Monsters 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife and I played that together.
So did we. I mean, not me and your wife. Me and my wife. I mean, and transmission.
That's the show, folks.
Remember that question 2 weeks ago, and if we're ever going to end the show. Interesting. So now I'm looking at Pixel Junk Monsters 2 up to see what it looks like, and I forgot how to spell. Does it just look like? Oh, is it only on Switch?
No, it's on PS4 as well.
Oh, look! Wait a minute! It's like 3D now.
Yeah, it's got a 3D look to it now.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it should be cool. I'm sure it's very well put together.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to that. I know Limited Run is doing a physical copy of that.
Cool.
As well. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not realize that was this soon.
I never heard of it. I didn't know it was coming.
I don't think they announced it very long ago. So.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
So that and State of Decay comes out this week as well.
I'm sorry, what game? Never heard of it.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Is that this week? No, it's next week, isn't it?
What now?
It's the 18th, I believe.
State of Decay is 22nd.
22nd. Oh, okay. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it partially releases for people or something.
It partially releases for people that are cool, I think is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And got paid.
Yep.
Big time.
Yes. People got paid and apparently have friends that I don't have.
I think your first theory was correct. That is, if you got invited to Microsoft's press conference, you maybe got a code.
That's what I'm thinking.
Is that it now? Are we talking about State? So we're not going to talk about State of Decay yet, right? We're going to still tease a little?
Sure.
Yes.
Tease it up.
Tease it up.